Today we're talking about our first time. Oh yeah, that first time. You're watching Throwback. What are we talking about? My first time doing what? When I lost my virginity!
You want to hear about when I popped my cherry? I really hope my parents don't watch this.
Sex for the first time is supposed to be awkward and weird, and I think that's like my biggest piece of advice for anybody going into like the sexual world is like lower your standards. Like it's not gonna be great.
A lot of people think that their first time is gonna be awful and like painful and scary. I actually had a great experience.
So you know that stereotype of guys like not being able to last? It's like, ah! That's not how I look, BD dubs. I'm a little bit more attractive than, ah!
It was Super Bowl Sunday, my senior year of high school. It was about 3.5 minutes long, and I barely remember how it felt at all.
I thought I wasn't gonna last. Like there's that stereotype, you know? And I actually couldn't complete. I couldn't like get there. It was just like too much going on, and she got really frustrated that I think she was expecting me to like lose it.
I always told my mom that I was going to lose my virginity when I got married.
You know what I mean? Like just completely, a woman! But that never happened. Like I was too focused on like, oh my God, I'm losing my virginity right now. Like, is this right? Is this okay? How would God feel? How do I feel? Like, what's happening?
The person I had my first time with, not my favorite in the world, but at the time, he was great and like it was so much fun. I knew it was gonna happen because I was hanging out at his apartment. I was going to drive there and I was like, okay, this is the night it's gonna happen. Like I know it's gonna happen. So like I looked really cute and I had a really cute bra on. I still have the bra because it was like yesterday. And I drove there and I remember I was so nervous. I was so like literally in the car, but also I was like listening to all these hyped up songs. I was like listening to Pony and Anaconda and like all these like sexy like Marvin Gaye songs.
I really wanted to be prepared. I read this magazine that kind of rhymes with Shmopolitan. You do the math, and it told you how to be like sexy for your first time. So I really pulled out all the stops. We were at a friend's house and we were in the room, there was whipped cream, and I really tried to do it. I tried to have the whipped cream, but needless to say, I didn't use it because I was actually really prude.
And so I got there and I was like, okay, you can do this. And like, I don't think he knew that I was gonna like want to do it because he knew I was a virgin. And so he was like, oh, like I'm not, and he was really nice. Like he didn't pressure me at all. Like, cool dude.
He has no idea he took my virginity because I didn't tell him. And because he's so much older than me. He was like 29 and I was 20. But we'd been dating for a while and I was like ready and in love. And I remember we had sex and I was like, ow. And he was like, yeah, like, are you okay? Like, are you okay? But it was like, it hurt for me. And he was like, wait, have you done this before? And I remember saying, I do this all the time.
So my first time as a straight man was definitely awkward. The girl, I don't think, knew that I was a virgin.
As people always say, make sure that you have the other person's consent. He asked me like, multiple, he's like, are you sure? Because he knew I was a virgin. He was so sweet about it. And I was like, yeah.
It definitely was not her first time. No shade to you. But I think at one point she could tell that it was my first time. There was something off there.
So then he was like, you know what, it's okay. And so we jumped into the shower. We had a shower together, and then we had our first time.
We did the boom, boom, bang, crack the back, and it was good.
I wish I could go back and redo my first time. Or I wish I could go back and just like fly on the wall my first time.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all.
I lost my virginity in an 18th century French chateau in a handmade wooden sleigh bed. And under my breath, I said the Shechianu, which is the Jewish prayer for first times.
Nobody believed that I was still a virgin because I was hypersexual and super flirty, but duh, that's why I was still a virgin. I was repressed, people. So my very best friend in the world did me the honors and took my virginity at the age of 20.
Because I do remember before we had sex, I was wearing a Minnie Mouse shirt that I still own. Like I still have this Minnie Mouse shirt. Now there's like holes in it everywhere. And I just remember being like, this makes me feel good. Like this is good for me.
I lost my virginity to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, not the band, the song. Yeah, one of the songs.
I totally just remember that I'm pretty sure I lost my virginity to that song. I'ma put you to bed.
The night I lost my virginity was like a planned thing because, I mean, we were in high school. I had my boyfriend. He was my first everything.
I'ma put you to bed, bed. That's so embarrassing.
My parents were conveniently having a huge St. Patrick's Day party at their house, and they had invited my boyfriend. So me and him were like, well, you have an empty house. We're just gonna go to your house. So we had a whole house to ourselves that night.
And it all started as a joke because I put a condom in my purse and like let him find it. When he saw it, he thought we were gonna do it. And I was like, haha, gotcha. Nobody's getting in here.
I lost my virginity to that song. Let's not tell anybody about that, you guys included.
And then later that night, somebody got in there because I had the condom and I was like, oh, okay, you know, I've got one now. Why not? The whole thing started out as a joke and the joke was on me.
After I had lost my virginity, my mom actually caught me and my boyfriend in my room and she was mortified. Are you using birth control? Little did I know that birth control means condoms to the older generation. So I was like, I'm not using birth control. And she freaked out.
I lost my virginity to an expired condom. Whatever, it worked.
But she just asked for condoms and well, she meant condoms and I was like, yes, we use condoms. Safety first, kids.
I had a really thick Miami accent and I could not stop talking while I was losing my virginity. I was like, oh my God, can you believe it? You're like, bro, you're like inside of me right now. Like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, you're inside of me. Like, I'm losing my virginity like right now. And I remember that he was like, Miriam, shut up.
On a scale from 1 to 10, I would give it a 4. Honestly, because it was pretty terrible.
It was just, I don't know, it was like a yellow Starburst. It's like blah. It's just there.
But here's the kicker. She cheated on me with a guy, a good friend of mine, and a girl at the same time. She had a threesome down in the Bay Area when I was in Northern California, and then got everyone to not tell me for over a year.
And also the whole thing about if you sleep with someone and you get attached, that's real. So watch out.
The other first time was great. The other first time was with who I am with now, surprisingly, 5 years. And that experience was it's like a fairy tale.
Yeah, I would like a virginity loss do-over.
I do wish that the first time wouldn't have happened because in a way I was just hiding from who I truly was.
When you go to lose your virginity, make sure it's with somebody who cares about you, who you're gonna be fine with losing it to.
Be comfortable with yourself just to make sure that you are making the right decision.
Because if you're attached and you lose it to an F-boy, it's not good because you'll go crazy.
For those of you who still have your V card, it ain't gonna be like the Notebook. So let us know below how you wanna lose your virginity or how you did lose your virginity or whose horrible tale you relate to the most. And definitely subscribe to Clevver so that you can watch more Throwback because these episodes are priceless.
I'ma put you to bed, bed. I've never been more ashamed of anything.
For even more Get Jack, click to the left to see us do a trampoline workout or click to the right to see a cheat day with a bunch of gross juices.